In this video, I want to talk about the sort of the third type of insurance that most auto insurance policies are going to have, and which will come into play in most car accident, car crash, and other types of personal injury cases, and that's liability protection. Liability protection is actually the main reason we have auto insurance, although there are often other types of insurance coverage added on, such as med pay, no fault, property coverage, underinsured. But liability is actually at the heart of what auto insurance is for. What does it mean? It means that when you are out driving a vehicle, it's an insurance policy you purchase for yourself so that you or your loved ones or someone that's using your vehicle, if you or someone causes a crash and someone else has to make a claim against you, alleging you were negligent or whatever, it pays for those losses and liabilities that you create as a result of your driving or someone else that's driving your vehicle. So it's actually a protection for you when you cause injuries to someone else. If you are involved in a crash and someone alleges that you are at fault, you notify your insurance company, and your insurance company is legally required to provide a legal defense to you. What does that mean? It means that they will hire attorneys to come in and defend you at their expense and pay any losses that get um, lodged against you through, let's say, a settlement or a trial verdict or something, up to the amount of your policy limits. That's where their coverage ends. And depending on the policy, that may or may not be the end of their duty to provide legal counsel to you at their expense. So that's what it's primarily there for, to protect you if you cause an accident. If you or someone you love is in an accident and it's caused by someone else, you are essentially making a claim against them and their liability insurance company. In some states, you can actually sue the liability insurance company directly, such as Wisconsin. We call that direct action. In other states, such as Iowa and Minnesota, it's the insurance company is the one that's ultimately going to pay, but they don't get named as a party. You sue the person that caused the crash, and then the insurance company then comes in and pays anything that gets um, any liability that they have up to their insurance policy limits. Um, Liability usually has separate limits for property damage and separate liability limits for bodily injury. What does that mean? If you cause a crash or someone else causes your crash, there will be a limit of liability coverage for cost of repairing or replacing vehicles, and then a separate limit for bodily injury, medical expenses, economic damages such as lost wages, pain and suffering, things like that. So that's usually the two types of coverage there is. And oftentimes, what you'll see is there's coverage, and you look at something that's called the declarations page on your insurance policy, usually has two figures. Number one, it has per person coverage. And number two, it has per occurrence or per accident coverage. What does that mean? Per person means that that is the amount, the maximum amount that the insurance company will pay to one person for injuries that they sustain in a crash. If multiple people are injured in a crash, then they will pay that same limit to multiple people up to a maximum of their per occurrence slash per accident limits. Sometimes there isn't enough insurance to go around because you have multiple people injured and not enough insurance, and then they will sometimes prorate that or ask the court to prorate that. They'll deposit their funds into the court and allow the court to decide who gets that money. But that's basically how liability insurance works. It's a protection for you, as well as it's something that you claim. If you are injured in a crash, you go against someone else's liability insurance.